Okay, well, Tababu Asafa, you're going to change the coffee world here, aren't you? You're going to make it. I guess
Yes,
that's
yes,
you're bringing really the real sense of fairness to fair trade coffee, aren't you?
yes, yes. We
Yeah.
call it, as we appreciate fair trade, I think fair trade has to grow, and we turn fair trade into a virtuous exchange. We change
Ah,
the
so
fair
it's
to virtuous
so
and the
you
trade to exchange.
So it's going to be an exchange, and you are
Yes,
going to be. Well, actually, you're raising money for it. You've been doing this for 2 years or so. You're the first B corporate, the second. I'm sorry, you were almost the first by 20 minutes.
yes,
B
yes,
corporation. So really, you set up a business that really not only is helping the people that are growing beans in Ethiopia, but the whole community in the United States or the world or whatever you're going to do, aren't you?
yes. It's a business for the community, by the community,
yeah.
and inspired and fueled by the purchasing and investment power of the community, and fueled by the social capital of the community.
Well, what's interesting to me is that when you explain how the people actually grow the beans get like a penny on the dollar of a cup of coffee.
A penny on the dollar, and they live in poverty in the Garden of Eden.
Yeah. Wow. Huh.
In the Garden of Eden, it's amazing. It is really shocking. If you travel to the coffee growing region, your heart will be broken into pieces.
Really? Huh.
Yeah, kids
And
running around barefoot, kids drinking from a river, kids
wow.
not going to school while their parents work hard.
Wow. And they're supplying the coffee to the world, and you say Guatemala, I mean, not Guatemala, but Ethiopia has the best coffee in the world.
Yes, the mother of all coffee come from Ethiopia.
How many people are working in coffee in Ethiopia? You said
Oh, I'm working with one union that has 240,000 small coffee farmers.
240,000. That's just
One
One
union
union.
I'm
Wow.
working with. I'm working in partnership with.
so with your venture, you're looking to actually give them almost 400 times, 500 times.
Yes, I want them to be my partners.
Yeah.
Nike gives so much money to Michael Jordan and Tiger Woods, right?
Right.
By using them as I want. They are my Tiger Woods, and they are my Michael
I
Jordan.
Oh, but it's sharing the profits with them, and you.
Yes.
But what you're doing is cutting out all the other middlemen that used to get all these profits, right?
Yeah, exactly, exactly, exactly. By giving them not only the profit, we also want to give them investment opportunity so they
ah.
become our partners.
So now the grower will have a percentage of your business, so to speak, as
Yes,
you distribute this coffee around the United States, around the world. So you're going right to the grower, and you're going to roast and sell.
To the
yes,
world. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Well, why doesn't
yes.
everybody else do
That's
this? Why haven't other businesses done this, or is it because there's too many greedy middlemen doing this?
Yeah, exactly. Soon everybody will get into the business. I just happen to be the first, the lucky one to be the first.
But also, you have a way to people help you do this too on Indiegogo, right? The crowdfunding
Yes,
site.
yes,
So people
yes.
could go to Indiegogo or actually go to your website, blessedcoffee.us, right? And so
You got it.
you're looking
Basic coffee
for
that US.
people to contribute to the project to help not only coffee growers, but I mean, what's so interesting about what you're talking about, how in your country, Ethiopia, is really coffee brings the whole community together.
Yes, it's a
Yeah.
social beverage.
Yeah.
Authentically, organically, it's a social beverage.
Right.
Communities will get together once a day
Mhm.
and sit in a circle, brew coffee 3 times, as they transact about their social being and welfare, and they ask about each other's well-being. Literally, about an hour and a half on a daily basis, from the
Wow.
city to the village, people come together to share their stories around a beverage. That
Well, that's
culture we would like to bring here.
Well, that's better than watching stupid TV, isn't it?
Oh, yes, because it's interactive. It's amazing how much you heal when a neighbor asks you, "How are you doing?" and you tell the truth, and he tells you
ah,
otherwise. There is as a nurturing component to it. You become part of a
ah,
whole.
That's those words I think you said are very important. I mean, how healing it is when someone genuinely asks, how are you doing?
Yes.
Right.
So as I was saying about the people who ask somebody else in a genuine concern about someone else's welfare in the community, when you said that's healing, I mean, that is a wonderful gift and wonderful power that we all have that we rarely share with people.
Yes, yes, exactly. Our whole philosophy is based on the fact that you are as important as I am. Our
Yeah.
relationship in any form, in this case, business, has to take care of your interest.
Right.
So I am to produce. My business is to do good to my community as I do good for myself. It's very sustainable. It's magical.
Right. No, and I don't know how we've come in our culture here in the United States, believing that, I have to take advantage of you in order to succeed versus, help you succeed.
As you can see, that came to a halt. It came to a very critical, dangerous stop.
Yes, yes. No, it's terrible. Well, we need more people like you trying to change this world to be more communicative about how we need each other. And that's what business is about to me. Yeah.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
It's just a good business if you're my customer, I have to take care of you.
Absolutely.
Not only on a superficial level like customer service, but
Right.
in a very good essence,
Yeah.
real
Right.
essence.
Because then we can
Because
grow
my
together.
well-being,
Yeah.
my
Right.
well-being, is related to your well-being.
Right.
So right now your business is really, you're importing and distributing the beans now from Ethiopia, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
we have a partnership with a union that has 240,000 small
Uh-huh.
coffee farmers. We ultimately when we're fully developed, we're 2 years old now. We're on our third year. We
Uh-huh.
have a 5-year plan to build one model coffee shop that will be duplicated in every other city.
So that's what you're
And
raising money for.
the vision is right now. No, right now I'm doing the first phase of a cafe
I see.
that will
Right.
grow to a big cafe that will be eventually duplicated. We're taking it slowly, and in the bosom of the community, we're showing it just like a tomato in the garden. We're raising it with community love,
Well,
right
you
in
have,
front
you
of
have
everybody.
You have wonderful words to explain all this, the bosom of the community. I mean, most entrepreneurs don't talk this way, but that's what life really is, the way you talk about it. And so your project on Indiegogo is really fundraising for that new exchange you're going to build, right?
Yes, exactly.
that's
For the
second.
cafe and the roasting, the small cafe and a small roasting plant to start with.
Right.
So far, for the last 2 years, we sold at a farmer's market, community organization, festivals, and events like that. Now,
Right.
after 2 years of working on the street under a tent, now we're ready to open our little coffee shop.
That's wonderful. And so blessedcoffee.us, that's how we find you or contribute to your campaign.
Find us at blessedcoffee.us,
Right.
and you can have our story, and then you can give you a link to our campaign on Indiegogo.
Right. And
If
but
you also Google Blessed Coffee Indiegogo, it will get you to that.
Wonderful. So that's another way. And you've been in the White House with this idea. I mean, they congratulated you for this. I mean, the whole community is really saying, this is good. We need this, right?
Yes. The White House gave us a Champion of Change award on 2012.
Right. Well, good for you. Well, you're a great man, Tabubu, and thank you for doing this. And I can't wait to come and share a coffee with you.
Thank you. I need to tell you about my background.
Uh-huh.
I grew up aspiring to be a filmmaker, a storyteller.
Really?
I studied film, I studied photography, and my first entry to the issue was to tell the story of the problem.
And
then my wife and I said, instead of telling people, why don't we just do it and show it to them?
solve
Yeah,
the problem.
and as a result, my title in the company is founder and chief storyteller.
Wonderful. That's very apropos.
Yes.
Well, thank you again, Tabubu. And I can't wait to hear more stories.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Take care.
I thank you very much for your interest, and I like your energy. Please keep it up. We need people like you to connect us so that we can grow.
Oh, that's helpful
Thank you,
for
Mr.
me.
Lesko.
Thank you.
Bye.